Well, everybody, it looks like all those rumors we heard at the beginning of this week turned out to be true. There really is going to be a Nintendo Direct this week, and it's happening tomorrow. Nintendo's Twitter page announced this earlier today, and I could not be more excited to see what Nintendo has in store for us. This video is going to be me telling you all my predictions for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. So before we start getting into my predictions, I want to say, please post your predictions down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. All right, now let's get into the predictions. Number one. My number one prediction, and obviously the most obvious on this list, is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We have to see something from this game. They have teased us so many times, and it's less than 100 days from release. It's getting scarily close to the next mainline Zelda game. We have to see a lot from this game. They really have to bring their all here because they've kind of not really done that much in the marketing department for this game. They're kind of just relying on us all trusting in the Zelda team, which is something obviously I do very much so, but it would be incredibly nice to actually see some more gameplay of this game because they've hardly shown us anything. They've shown us very small snippets. There hasn't even been a real proper long trailer that actually goes in depth with the combat, that goes in depth with the world, that goes in depth with maybe new characters that we'll see. You know, there's not really been all that much for Tears of the Kingdom. To think that this is going to be by far one of the biggest selling Nintendo Switch games and probably the biggest Nintendo Switch game that's coming out this year, I don't think anything's even close. They really got to step up their game. I've made a ton of videos talking about how I'm worried about Tears of the Kingdom just because they haven't showed us anything, and although I'm kind of worried about it, I seriously do think that this game has the potential to be the greatest game of all time and the greatest Switch game. So without any further ado, I think that they really need to unveil more information about this game to us because in its current state, we don't know enough about it. We're kind of just relying on, hope that this game's going to be an amazing game. And although it probably will be, it would be nice to have some reassurance, It'd be really nice to have that. To see some of the things before the game actually comes out, which is something, like I said, I feel Nintendo is not doing very well. The rest of these items on this list are in no particular order. Obviously, Tears of the Kingdom is the thing I'm most hyped about. The rest of this here are going to be different games that I really hope we see. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about some general things that I'd like to see in terms of genres and different things like that I'd like to see get represented at this Nintendo Direct. So the next thing I want to talk about is Octopath Traveler 2. If you've played Octopath Traveler 1, you kind of know what you're getting here, and a fantastic game is what it is. The first game was great. It had great turn-based combat, it had great storylines, it had great music, the visuals were downright gorgeous, it ran phenomenal on Switch. This game looks to be improving on the stories, interconnecting the characters even more than the first game, which is something that a lot of people did complain about, and now they're going to bring all of their stories together a little bit more intertwined and interwoven-like. The combat looks like it's came a long way. I heard some of the soundtrack playing in the backgrounds of trailers and stuff. It seems to be phenomenal. The visuals look even better than Octopath Traveler's. That 3D, 2D, pixelated, sprite-like look up against Unreal Engine just looks fantastic. I cannot wait. Octopath Traveler 2 is by far one of my most hyped games for 2023, and I'm hoping that we see it at this Nintendo Direct. Especially because the game actually comes out relatively soon, February 24th. I'll be picking it up day and date, still trying to decide on a platform. I do not know if I want to get it on Steam for the Steam Deck or if I want to get it on Switch for the Switch OLED. It's just kind of a hard choice, and I'm really going to think about it until probably like the last few days. Next item I'd love to see is Metroid Prime 4. Now, they have teased Metroid Prime 4 how many times? They need to just give us the game. They need to give us a real trailer. I understand that it was stuck in development hell. I understand a lot of things went on there, but they really just got to bring it to us. It's something that we need. And I think, maybe if they cannot do it, a Metroid Dread 2, will Mercury Steam give us another one? That would be an amazing thing to see also. Pikmin 4 would be nice to see. I'm not a big Pikmin fan, but I know a lot of people are, so that'll certainly make some people happy. A new Mario and Luigi game, we haven't gotten one of those in forever because the studio went bankrupt, but who knows who could be developing the next one, assuming there is a next one, that is. I personally think Mario and Luigi would be an amazing choice because we have not had one on the Switch yet, and they are really great games. I really hope eventually we do see Mario and Luigi, the series, make a return because it has been a long time. The studio went bankrupt. All sorts of crazy stuff happened, like I said, and I think it's time we get another one. It's been long enough. Give us another great Mario and Luigi game. A new 2D Mario, maybe? I think that would be phenomenal. Maybe a 2D Donkey Kong, something like that would be great. We have not gotten a new 2D Mario this entire generation besides one Wii U port. I think we need a new Super Mario Bros. Those games are fantastic. They're really well designed, and they're just absolutely addicting. The first game I've ever beat in my entire life was New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. It was the first game I ever beat. I was so proud of myself. I remember being a little kid thinking this is a masterpiece, and I still agree that New Super Mario Bros. Is an amazing game. If you have not played it, go play it, but we really need a new Super Mario Bros. Or like I said, a Donkey Kong, or both, something that would just really, I feel like Nintendo has been lacking a little bit with Mario. They've been giving us nothing but Mario sports games and Mario spin-offs. Could we see a new 2D Mario? Maybe. And, honestly, I don't think it's unfair to rule out the possibility of a brand new mainline 3D Mario just getting announced at this Direct. It's definitely a possibility with all the hype with the movie. I feel that it could be something that we end up seeing here. I'm not going to say for sure it is, but I definitely think it is more than possible and should be something that we keep our eyes out. I also really hope we see some great indie games because the Nintendo Switch is an amazing host for indie titles. I'm really hoping we see a lot of great ones there, and just in general, more RPGs and JRPGs that are turn-based. I'd love to see it. I'm a big fan of those style games. I really hope we see more of them at this Nintendo Direct. All in all, Nintendo does not have that much stuff planned for this year. So for them to put out a 40-minute video focusing on most things coming out at the beginning half of the year tells me that we're going to get some serious announcements that aren't coming out at the beginning half of this year, because they always say that and they always end up releasing, trailers for stuff that isn't coming out at the beginning of the year. So just keep your hype levels in check, but mine are not. I'm just giving you guys the right advice. My hype levels are not in check. I'm so excited to see Tears of the Kingdom, even if that's the only thing we get. If it's Tears of the Kingdom for like 20 minutes and the rest of the screen is just black, good enough for me. I want to hear what you guys think of all this. Let me know in the comments section down below. Which video games are you looking forward to seeing at this Nintendo Direct? I'll see you all later. I hope you all have a great day. And as always, Jimmy out of here. Don't miss that Direct tomorrow. I'm telling you all. It's going to be a banger.